can't call me idol. 아님 어떤 다른 뭐라 해도 I don't care. I'm proud of it. 난 잘 없네. 너무 알았네. 나는 항상 나였길. 소각해. 나는 전혀 신경 쓰지 않네. 나는 역할은 내야. 그 이유가 뭐든 간에 I know what I am. I know what I want. I never gon' change. I never gon' trade.
That looks good on wine, doesn't it?
Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome aboard the bus. Just shake your hand around like you just don't care if you can hear me. Yeah, alright, awesome.
Can you
turn it up just a little bit? Alright, there we go. Thank you so very much for your...
There. I'll put it in my handbag.
Came back after that little wait there with getting the yellow stickers. Appreciate everyone's patience today. My name is James, welcome aboard. Let's go and see some animals. Now, before we get started, we do have a couple of little safety things that I'd like to go through. First of all, it is an open air bus, but please keep everything inside.
So that's things they got on the roof, that's what we need.
Hands, fingers, water bottles.
They pull heat out.
We've definitely lost a few phones in our time, so keep those inside. Children, keep them in too. If you do lose something though, please let me know at the end of the tour and someone will come and have a look hopefully.
You're talking about children.
If there is an emergency, you'll see that there is a phone number at the front of your carriage. Please give that a call and it will come through to me. If you're in the front part where I am, just come up and say hello if something's going on and we can sort it out from there.
Oh wow, grab it here, it's over here, it's happening over here.
Also, it's going to be pretty bumpy, so please stay seated throughout the tour.
Camel there, dromedary. That's a dromedary.
Well, right away at the start, we have Asa the camel coming up on the left. Let's have a closer look. So Asa is a dromedary camel, which means she just has the one hump. There are a few other species of camels in the world. Some of them have two humps and they're called Bactrian camels. But what is Asa eating at the moment? Looks like she's just slurping up some grass. So it looks like it's lunchtime out here at the moment for our animals. The oryx are out and about having a feed, eating some hay. These guys are called scimitar horned oryx. They get their name from the shape of the horns on their head. It looks like a scimitar, which is a type of sword curved backwards. Now keep an eye out as we drive around. Have a look out for some scimitar horned oryx babies. We've got some calves at the moment. And for all the stripy horse fans out there, have a look on the right. We've got some zebras. These guys came to us from the Melbourne Zoo. We've got a much larger breeding herd down on the savannah. We'll have a closer look at it, hopefully. Oh, and there on the left is Saffron the camel, the magnificent Saffron. She's got a really beautiful beard at the moment. That's part of her winter fur that she's still getting rid of. Oh, look at that, guys, on the left. One of the babies is suckling from her mum. Actually, just headbutted her right where it hurts too. And it looks like mum's had enough of that. You can see that other babies are hiding in the logs right there next to them. One of them just got up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow. So the one that just started running is the youngest one. You can tell by the colour of her fur. She's about 8 days old.
Wow, that's big, aren't they?
When they're born, the oryx babies are around about 9 kilos. And luckily for the mums, their horns only start growing after they're born. go through our next section. It might be a little bit bumpy, so please hold on tight. We actually have to go through some water. So I hope you guys have got your goggles and your snorkels ready. Alrighty, let's go.
Wow. Huh?
I don't want to get it wet, so I'm just.
Over Gabs. Want me to hold it ever? You ever want me to hold it because your arm's getting tight or whatever? Likewise, I'm happy to.
It is going to be bumpy through here once again, so please sit
Look
tight.
at that. Look at that. Someone's
As we cross
actually
through
in
some water.
You know?
We're actually going through hippo country at the moment, but we don't have any hippos in this pond right now. They moved over to another zoo in South Australia for a breeding program. However, if you haven't already seen the rest of our hippo family today, I definitely recommend going down to the hippo beach and having a look. We have 3 magnificent girls, and one of them actually had her 21st birthday. She turned 21 on the 1st of January. We've got the one and only thing that completely stops our bus from time to time, and that is our ostrich. For those of you at the front, you might be able to see in front of the gate here, we've got an ostrich doing a little bit of a dance. She's found something quite interesting on the road there. So we'll just give her a moment to hopefully move on. I did say she's the only thing that holds us up, but it's not exactly true. Sometimes the rhinos really like to come up and sharpen their horns on the bus. But if you're a zoo member or a regular visitor here with us, sometimes the buses get delayed, and I would say a lot of the time because of these birds. They love just standing in the way.
Still there.
Let's try and open the gate and see if that sends the message. She's showing off her really big feathers right now. Alright, just bear with me. We'll call the keeping team over and hopefully they'll be able to lure her away with some really nice.
Oh, your arms get tired, don't they? She's just standing there, man. She's not moving. I shouldn't stand up. Let the little dog behind me. You'll see it all when you watch it back. You want to stand up? Sit in front of you. Where's the back? Go. Go. Quick jab. You get a better position to film from. I might think in the pants.
Encourage him to walk off the road.
Alright, so the campers will be on their way shortly to help move this ostrich. What she's picking up actually are little pebbles on the road, and that might be seem a bit unusual, but a lot of birds will actually do it. It helps them digest their food. The reason why is birds don't have any teeth, so they can't exactly grind up their food.
Neither do I.
So what they'll do sometimes is they'll swallow little pebbles, and then when they eat their grass or whatever they're eating, it'll go down into their stomach, and the pebbles in their stomach will help crush up all the food. So that's what this ostrich is doing. She's picking out some rocks.
I should try that.
Funnily enough, they've actually found the same thing in some dinosaur fossils.
It's different doing the same thing. A little gathering happening.
And for those of you that can see the ostriches here, they And eventually, once we get through, everyone else will be able to have a
Another
look.
one.
But these ones are female ostrich.
Let's go
You
around.
can tell by their grey and brown feathers.
I think it's a food truck.
The reason why is because they sit on their eggs
It's in
during
that
the
truck.
daytime. And the grey colour helps them hide a little bit better while they're sitting on the eggs. Which means the ones that sit on the eggs at night time have black feathers, and they are the boys. They're the male ostrich. So it's their job to sit on the eggs at night.
And the girls are brown for the daytime. She must be really warm when she's wearing her wings and her feathers.
Ostriches are the largest birds in the whole world.
Oh, right.
They can weigh around about 100 kilos, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But the really big male ostrich can get up to 160 kilos. They can be massive. And good luck trying to beat one of them in a race, because they can run about 70 kilometers an hour. Ah, looks like one of them's having a peek through the fence there and sussing out what's going on.
70 k's. That's moving, mate. It's like off the ground.
我这干啥？
Everyone's slow there.
Alright, there we go. Our rescue has arrived.
Hey, what if you're
I've got some yummy hay.
You've arrived with hay.
So hopefully this will lure the ostrich away. Fingers crossed.
One ostrich already knows about it. These other ostriches is very happy.
Hello.
I just want to see what they're going to do. How are they going to shoot away? What are they going to do? Just walking out. Okay.
One of the ostriches already knows what's up. They're right over to the ute. Alright, let's get on through. Thanks for your patience, everybody. And thanks to our awesome keeper there for helping us out. Thank you.
That's why I did it. He always gets the truck out. In and out truck. That's why I did it. Yeah, I'll stop it here and I'll get the food out. Yeah. That's it.
Alright, so one thing we're also going to do while we're here is make sure the gate closes behind us before any
How's
ostriches
the boat?
get any cheeky ideas.
That's cool, yeah.
But if you look out onto the
Things
left,
like that, man.
see a
That's
couple more of them. Once
No,
again,
it's
they've
not
got their grey feathers for those of you that couldn't see them earlier. These are the girls. And it looks like they're getting some special pellets. And the gate's closing behind us as well. So let's continue our journey. Let's find some other animals. We are in our woodlands area.
Yeah, but we'll try.
A lot of other birds all place home. So these guys are all native to Australia. We've got ibis, chickens,
Look at that hut there, man. That's neat.
geese,
Seriously, like, that's neat.
ducks, Cape Barren geese.
It's a hay holder.
A lot of birds call this place home because they're nice and safe from foxes and feral cats that can't come in here.
That's awesome, man. We love to spend a day on
Not
that.
just home for birds though. If you look out on the left as we go around this corner, you'll see some Indian antelope.
I'm not doing it.
They're also called black
Hold on,
buck.
I'm seeing the
If you have a look in the middle of the herd there, Artie is sitting down with his horns sticking up there. He's got a very dark
Over the
face,
back
that's
there?
why they get the name Ripper. Now over in the trees we have some Nyala.
Check out the food.
They're experts at playing hide and seek. When they walk around, it almost looks like they tiptoe.
That should be the next one we
make.
make, one like that. What do you reckon? Right up along.
They barely
Back of the
make a
track.
sound
That'd be perfect,
when they
actually.
walk around the forest. And they're so quiet, in fact, and so good at hiding their babies that when one of them's really pregnant and we're expecting them to have a baby, sometimes it'll take us hours and hours and hours to find the baby Nyala. And believe it or not, everyone, we are about to exit the Werribee Zoo. Don't worry, the show is definitely not over. We have plenty more to see. But we just need to get across the Werribee River.
Do you believe it?
So keep an eye out. You might see some native animals in and around the river. Swamp wallabies live here, long-necked turtles, lots of birds and fish, and even platypus. If you're really, really lucky, you might see one.
It's like micro version of this. See that three-sided shit? See how effective they are? Oh, look at that one. That's the one, mate. We need him over there. See how it's more back than it is width.
Coming up on the right, we have some Tut, also known as Mongolian wild horse. These guys are critically endangered. They were once extinct in the wild, but we've been able to bring them back. They have lots of attitude. I love these guys. They've got the best mohawks in the animal kingdom. They've never successfully been domesticated. What they'll actually do is, when they're living in the really cold, harsh conditions of Mongolia and it's really cold and snowy, raining, is they'll turn their backs to the storm, the wind, and they'll actually tuck their tail right between their legs to try and get really warm. And if anyone here is like me and they really like dinosaurs, these fences that we're going through, these gates, might just remind you of a certain dinosaur movie.
It does actually, doesn't it?
And if the theme music starts playing in your head, don't worry, you're not the only one.
Jurassic World. Your fence like that, Bill.
Look at me. Come on through. Have a look on the left. We've been greeted by one of our giraffe. This guy here is Amani. He's the biggest of all of our giraffe. He's a little bit over 6 meters tall approximately.
Yeah, had females, remember? Last time we were in.
He's the leader as well. Just have to make sure that we're past the gate there. We want to make sure that he doesn't get any ideas of trying to get out.
That's to try and breed for them. We even check their giraffes. What is it? That's some shade, man. Running around here.
So Amani is the dominant male and he looks after all the boys. We have a bachelor herd of giraffe over here. Up until recently we had 4 living here, but now we have 7. And the giraffe really love coming up here. If you look out on the left, see how some of these trees have lost half of their leaves? That's because the giraffe will use their really big long necks and their really big long purple tongues. They'll eat anything they can reach. Oh, there's another one up here. Let's go have a look.
Yeah, I'll do this again. It's right on the road. I hear you do it. I drop the
Let's
phone.
find out who this one is.
It's right on the road. Still.
So we have 2 giraffe up here. We have Jelani, I should say, and Harold. No surprise that these 2 are next to each other. They're really good friends. They always seem to be hanging out with each other. These guys are a bit close to the road, so we'll just give them a bit of space here. And for those of you on the left-hand side of the bus, you might just be able to see them sticking out their really long tongues, having lunch.
Yeah, you do it then. If you have to.
If you touch the screen, you can adjust the focus.
I've got to go.
So all 7 of our giraffes are males,
Just notice it's just picked up a bit.
which is quite natural. In the wild, giraffe will form a bachelor herd, where they'll hang out, kick the footy and watch the footy, play some Xbox. No, I'm joking. But they do spend time together as a bachelor herd until they're ready to go off on their own. There we go. Thanks, Harold. Off you go.
That's mad. Yeah, they're getting a good shot there.
So we've currently seen the 3 biggest giraffe out of the 7. Amani's the biggest, and then it's a pretty close call between Harold and Jelani. I should say that Jelani's the one further down that has a lighter coloured coat. Hopefully these guys will keep moving on. Very slowly go past Harold, but please keep everything inside the bus at all times. Oh, he's just starting to move off now, so we'll go slow and steady. You can see there are wonderful spots on him as well. He might veer off on the right side of the road, so keep an eye out. There we go. You can also see his really big long tail. That black part of his tail feels like wire. It's amazing, really strong, and it can even get up to about 1 meter long.
Fuck, they play their part, don't they?
Yeah.
And we can see Jelani, look how he has to lift up his back leg so he can reach the ground. Look at that, that's amazing. Oh wow, he's going for a bit of a run. Okay, let's keep going.
Jelani.
That's unbelievable. It's so cool seeing them so close to the bus. You really get to see how massive they are.
They've done a great job, man, to be honest.
Oh, look at all the space they've got, man.
It's not a lot, really, compared to what they have in the wild. But it is heaps for well, consider they're in Werribee. And in the wild, they wouldn't have access to the major vets and all the stuff that we get in the city. Does that make sense? They need something to get us straight away.
True. Oh, that's as far as I've said it is.
Alright, we've made it onto the lower savannah. So we're in an area now that is about 1.5 times the size of the Melbourne Zoo. Got a lot of space for animals to explore. And if you look underneath the trees on the left here, you can see some water buck.
Water buck. Want me to do it?
It's a bit hard to tell from here, but they've got special white markings on their bottoms. Kind of looks like a toilet seat, to be honest. And it helps them follow each other around. It's like a follow me sign. Now they're called water buck because when they're threatened, they'll run around and jump into the water to escape being attacked by lions, hyenas, all that kind of stuff. But what happens is, because they have the special oil to look after their coats in the water, it actually makes them really smelly, really sticky. So sticky, in fact, that some people say that crocodiles don't even want to eat them. Pretty crazy, right? On the right, we've got a whole bunch of animals, including one of the boy ostriches that we were talking about earlier. It's got its beautiful black feathers. We'll keep coming around and get a closer look at this zebra in the eland. You might also notice some massive piles of rhino poo next to the bus. I think I've just got a whiff of some, to be honest. Luckily they only eat grass, so it's not too bad. But I have to say, rhinos are amazing, and so is their poo. I love rhino poo, I think it's awesome. The reason why is because rhinos use their poo to talk to each other. Could you imagine if we had to smell each other's poo if we wanted to have a conversation? It's pretty gross. But rhinos do that. If you were a rhino and you smelled another one's poo, you'd be able to tell how old they are, what they've been doing, how healthy they are. And very importantly, you'd be able to tell if they're single or not. So there's no Instagram or Facebook for rhinos. If you want to know if someone's looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you have to go and smell their poo. See one of the male ostriches there, he's sticking out his feathers a little bit. There's also another reason why they have their black feathers. So I said they sit on them at night time, hide, sit on the eggs I should say. But it's also the responsibility of the male ostriches to impress the girls. So what helps me remember the difference between them and the female ostrich is that they're wearing their best tuxedo trying to look really good for the lady ostriches. Alright everyone, we're going to get nice and close to our crash of rhinos. That's what you call a herd of rhinos. First up on the right there is Marque. She's the oldest rhino. She's approximately 41 years old, which is very old for a rhino. She's also the mother to Cece the rhino. So let's just keep nice and quiet as we drive past. We're going to run very close to the bus, and we don't want to startle them. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. So that there is Capenzi. So Capenzi is Marque's granddaughter. And it's no surprise that they're close to each other at the moment because they share a very close bond. Over on the left, the rest of the herd, you have Cece. And her best friend Latava is the one with the horn that curves downwards. And then at the very back is the only male that we have. His name is Kafaru. So Kafaru is Capenzi's boyfriend, and he has to be very well behaved because he lives with his grandmother-in-law and his mother-in-law. So there's absolutely no pressure. Alright, have a look at all of this. We've got zebras in our Newlands hanging out
No, I got
together.
zebras on the right here. There's a baby.
And if you have a look, we have a couple of baby zebras too. One of them is on the left, eating some grass, and the other two babies are up ahead on the right, having an afternoon nap. Might be able to pick up on just some of the little subtle sounds and smells that they make. If you hear any clicking sounds, that's actually the eland walking. Their legs will click. No one's 100% sure why. Eland are the largest antelope species in the whole world. The big ones can get up to about 900 kilos. Have a look at the baby zebra having a sleep on the right. It's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
If you have a look at one of the mother zebras standing up in between the babies, if you look at her back legs, you'll notice that there are some grey stripes that are in between her black and white stripes. They're called shadow stripes, and that's how you can tell that these zebras here are plains zebra or common zebra. There are two other species, mountain zebra and Werribee zebra, but only the plains zebra have those shadow stripes. Now I mentioned that the eland are absolutely massive, but they're still very athletic. Does anyone know how high they can jump in terms of meters? They can jump 3 meters high. So as a point of reference, that means they could jump right on top of this safari bus. And they are the reason why we have such high fences and we have the big Jurassic Park style gates at the top of the hill, to make sure that they can't jump over.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mentioned we have a crash of rhinos. For a group of zebra, for a herd of zebra, they're called a dazzle. A dazzle of zebra. And that's because of their really cool looking black and white stripes. No one is 100% sure why zebras have black and white stripes. There are a few theories. The main one is that it just makes it very hard for predators to grab one zebra. If you can imagine all of them running around, it would be quite confusing for a lion to be able to just pick out one. There's another theory that actually suggests that it helps keep flies away. And it sounds kind of silly, but some scientists conducted a study and tested it out. Oh, if you look at the male ostrich, he looks like he's doing some yoga. That's so cool. See how bright his legs are? His bright red his legs are? So their legs and their beaks will also go a very bright red when they're trying to attract a female. But yes, going back to the zebra, some scientists grabbed just regular old horses, and some of the horses they just kept normal, and then the others they put a coat on the horse that looked like a zebra's stripes, that put black and white stripes on them. And they found that the ones that didn't have the coat on, and were just normal, had way more flies on them than the ones that looked like zebras.
You never see flies on magpies, do you?
True.
Speaks to that.
Alrighty, we're gonna head
I wonder if she's got like can't see because it's so subtle. I've seen photos here, man. It's like you've been.
And we've got Genevieve over there and her deluxe safari
Sometimes
adventure
you're right,
vehicle.
sometimes you're not. Yeah, way back.
Alright, let's head on up.
Right, best lead. I can't imagine that. Oh, and then someone to start with the car. Someone to stay with the car. Make sure it doesn't start anytime. I'll stay with the car. Still a rice.
Yeah, no, I got him.
I'll stay with it. It's alright. You want me to film? I'm letting you enjoy it. Who wants to stay with the car? Eddie's registered in my name. Who wants to stay with the car?
I do.
I don't want it to start.
You can't stay in the car, yeah?
Can't?
As we come through the gate, keep an eye out on the right hand side. You might see a little bit of the behind the scenes area where the giraffe go at night time. And as you pass the big green sheds, you're looking at the giraffe houses. That's where they go to sleep. So giraffe will sleep standing up, so you need to make sure that they've got very, very tall sheds to sleep in. They even have specially made heaters installed to keep them nice and warm. That's because giraffes really don't like the cold.
They haven't really let us say that to That's the Werribee River. Well, I could just take it easy down. One's into the hour.
Oh, one of the Taki over there was just having a nice roll around in the grass. Alright, we're about to cross the river.
Blue River.
So hold on tight.
It's actually got a town named after it, the Blue River. Down the road. river band company.
Alright, hold on tight everybody. I mentioned that we have a lot of native animals that live in this river system. The Werribee River has been vitally important for our wildlife for thousands of years, but it's also been really important for our indigenous communities for about the same length of time. We just crossed from Wadawurrung country over to Bunurong country. As the Werribee River has always been a place where indigenous communities will come and meet and trade goods, exchange information.
She managed to fuck it up. He said she managed to fuck it up. No, it stopped, so I had to fucking start it again.
And if you look on the right, you can see a very special animal. Can you guys spot a crocodile over there?
Oh, it's fake, isn't it?
Now, if you see how close the crocodile is to those ibis, you may get a clue that it might not exactly be real. It's made out of fiberglass. It looks pretty realistic though. It's been around for a very, very long time. And I think the reason why we have it here is so it stops the antelope crossing the water and living out on the islands where we can't really
Grab the
look
purple
after them.
phone, put it on silent, and then answer it.
Let's see, Gabby back on. Well, since this is good.
Got another ostrich here on the right. Luckily we've beaten this ostrich to the fence, so we don't have to worry about any more roadblocks.
Cool.
It's going to be a little bit bumpy as we come through here, so please sit tight again.
Oh, they're pretty close, aren't they? These guys are pretty close.
That's what's pretty cool.
And as we finish up our journey, I just want to thank everyone so very much for coming along today. Just by coming over, spending your money, visiting us, checking out these animals, you're helping us fight extinction. We're completely not for profit, so every dollar goes towards saving species like these beautiful oaks. On cue on the other side of the mound of dirt, you can have a look at all four babies hanging out together. That's adorable. And I want to give an extra special shout out to any of you guys on here that are Zoo members. Thank you so very much for all of your support. We really do appreciate it, and we wouldn't be able to do any of the work we do without your help. If you are interested in the Zoo membership, you can upgrade your entry ticket today and have your entry price deducted from the membership price.
You gotta be a member, man.
And that'll give you unlimited entry into all of our zoos, including the Melbourne Zoo. Please stay seated. Once we park the bus, I'll get everybody off. And feel free to wander around the rest of the zoo as well. Thank you once again for coming along with me. My name's James, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here today.
Go and take up there. Right, mate. That's what I like first. Oh, that's got tired. That was for some reason I'm not tired, man.
That was pretty good. It only took 20% charge.
open these doors up, so just watch your arms and legs.
No worries, James.
No worries, in the wheelchair, as you said, there, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go grab it. I'll just get these open and I'll grab it.
Thanks, James.
난 없지 필요 다 없지 Who's the king, who's the boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만상 새끼들 당장 놈의 목을 쳐 Everywhere 이젠 네 슈에 Flashy 터질 때 안전한 도착의 축복을 담을게 God bless 그때 나를 다시 기억해 걸어 anywhere J in the air 가는 길이 희망이 되고자 하연하고 태어 Even my woman's made up your love in your face 보다 볼해 저 멀리서라도 나비가 돼 Just walk lightly whenever you want Go on hopefully wherever you walk 누군가의 숨이 깃들여 있는 별이 내 영혼과 영원을 담을게 everywhere Every time I walk Every time I run